is Marley Callahan, and the title of this speech is Horse Slaughter. So, horse slaughter, by definition, is the practice of slaughtering horses to produce meat for consumption. This practice has been around for years. The first evidence of it was a cave painting found 30,000 years ago in France, which depicted humans hunting horses for food. While humans today are a little bit more advanced in the process, horse slaughter is still very present in today's world. After some serious research and speaking with someone that's been in the horse world for years and has seen firsthand how horses can affect the environment and the economy and the horses themselves, I feel confident in telling and explaining the information I found. First, let's talk about what horse slaughter is and how it sort of progressed. Horse slaughter throughout history has been something that most people aren't aware of. Only 20 years ago, there was up to 14 facilities in the U.S. that still slaughtered horses. While it's now illegal to slaughter horses in the U.S., it doesn't stop people from shipping horses out of the country. More than 100,000 horses were shipped to slaughter just last year. Mexico and Canada are the two main places horses end up when getting shipped to. Horse slaughter and consumption is legal in both of these countries. In an article, a review of economic impacts of horse slaughter in the United States by Christiane S. Ford, she summarized that the slaughter of horses for human consumption ended in the U.S. when laws were enacted at a state level, shutting down the 3 remaining facilities in 2006. Eventually, the FDA ruled that all horses and all horse meat from American horses wasn't healthy for human consumption. They came to this conclusion because of the medication and the vaccines horses might receive that is and can be harmful to humans. This essentially banned horse slaughter for good in the U.S. While most organizations can't legally ship horses to slaughter anymore because horses are protected under certain acts that these organizations must respect, this doesn't stop these organizations from holding auctions that can sell these horses to kill buyers. Kill buyers will purchase horses on behalf of these organizations and then ship the horses to Mexico, Canada from there to then be slaughtered. This is a loophole that many companies and organizations use to get rid of horses and still try to make a profit. Secondly, when looking at the discussion of horse slaughter, the main arguments are about financial and economical reasonings. While the sides of the argument are usually good and evil, with ethical concerns dominating the real problems. A big problem is that the banning of horse slaughter was the effect that it had on not having this practice as a base for the market of horses in the U.S. and the price of horses. From the financial standpoint, the banning of horse slaughter made the price for all horses drop without this bottom market of these unwanted horses. This caused a huge loss in equity in horses, ruining the horse market. In theory, the banning of horse slaughter was to protect horses, but in turn it really did the opposite. The banning of horse slaughter in the United States caused a huge increase of unwanted horses. With no financial support for this increase, most horses are and went without proper care and maintenance. These horses, without the horse slaughter, there's a direct increase of unwanted and abandoned horses. The overpopulation caused and is still causing the United States a bunch of money. The Bureau of Land Management stated that it's spending $50 million a year to house 50,000 horses in the government corrals and another $30 million in associated costs, which is vet, all sorts of stuff. The number of horses is continuing to rise, and the cost of housing for all these horses is just continuing to grow. In theory, reinstating the horse slaughter would help the U.S. with the population control of these horses, the welfare of these unwanted horses, and the economy around these horses. Lastly, what can be done? Is there a solution for these concerning problems? The banning of horse slaughter wasn't a win for horses. All it did was overpopulate these unwanted horses and worsen their welfare. A solution would be to make it easier to transport horses out of the country for to slaughter in Mexico or Canada, lowering the population and helping the economy. While these slaughter placements in Mexico and Canada may not have the same ethical requirements that the United States does, it's something that should be addressed if horse slaughter isn't reinstated. While many people think horse slaughter is unethical, it's the same process cows go through. And reinstating horse slaughter, in theory, would solve this overpopulation problem, in turn lowering the general cost of horse welfare, making the horses still in the United States care more manageable. That would help the economy and the horse market become more stable once again. Also, there is little to no waste when it comes to slaughtering horses. Along with decreasing the ever-rising population of these horses, there's almost no waste when it comes to slaughtering them. Horse skins are used for leather goods like shoes and purses. Meat not exported is used to feed zoo animals everywhere. And mane and tails are used for paintbrushes and all sorts of stuff. All this money is being made by the U.S. in raising the economy. In conclusion, horse slaughter is something that will always be problematic. There will always be people for and against for many different reasons. So today, we went through some of the history of horse slaughter, some of the problem and causes, and a few little solutions. While horse slaughter is a tricky subject, there's always something to be done.